do you feel about the reroute of Highway 55?
Are you recording me?
Yes.
No, don't.
Please speak.
No.
Oops.
Feels
Huh?
really retarded.
What? Wait.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
No, don't.
I'll just slime in the thing.
Okay.
The what?
How do you feel about the reroute of Highway 55?
Yeah.
It's dumb.
You do?
Do you think the highway should be built?
No.
And why not?
I feel all dumb,
Okay. What about you, miss?
What?
How do you feel about the reroute of Highway 55?
I think it's whack as hell.
Why?
Huh. Hang on, I'm on the phone.
With who?
Because they're doing it over sacred land. That ain't right.
Who's sacred land?
Our sacred land.
Who's our?
Yeah.
Goddamn, you know what I mean.
Hey, no swearing. We're putting this on TV.
Hey, we'll take it off. No, don't. Hey,
Who's sacred land?
our sacred land.
Who is our?
The native.
Native sacred land.
Yeah.
And why is it?
People.
Why is it? Okay, why is it so sacred?
Because our ancestors were buried there.
Huh?
Whose ancestors? I'm just kidding.
Shut up.
Okay.
Our.
What?
Shit.
Oh, could you swearing?
Grace. Oh my God. Oh my Lord. It's the native people's sacred land. That's why. And the white people stole our land. Oops.
Okay.
Pepsi won. I always drink it. Just like- Why are you doing that?
Alright. Okay. Huh?
Excuse me, ma'am. This is Channel 5 Live.
Okay. Okay. Are you gonna interview me now?
Okay.
Wait.
Okay, rewind it, record over the whole thing.
Is the camera on me?
No, it's on both of you guys. Okay, and we are here with...
Belinda Chosa.
Roberta Falling Horse.
Okay, how do you guys feel about the reroute of Highway 55?
I think that the reroute of Highway 55 isn't necessary because they're only making it for the white people to come from where they're, from Burnsville and Bloomington and all them places where they come from, so they can get to work in Minneapolis. But I think that they can take the route that they usually take. And I think it's stupid. I'm done what I gotta say now. It's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna add this on.
Okay.
Don't zoom in all up on my face.
Okay, now, what's where this highway's going? What's there?
Our people's sacred land.
Okay, now, how do you know that?
I believe that my ancestors are buried there because our native people were here, and
I can hear you.
I don't know. I think that I don't know. I just believe that our ancestors are buried there because our native people were here to.
I can hear you, Tokyo. Shut up.
We're here, and Tokyo's confusing me. So go to the next question, please.
Okay, why? How is this land sacred? How are the 4 trees sacred? Yeah.
Well, what I've heard from, I don't know a lot about this Highway 55 reroute thing. I don't go down there a lot. I've been down there a couple times when it was there, the Camp Two Pines or whatever. I've been down there and we've been to the 4 sacred trees in the burial site or whatever. Whatever. I don't know, but what was the question again?
What'd I say?
Why do I think, or what? Why do I think that?
Why do you think the trees are the
Well,
trees are sacred?
Like, if you say that's sacred, how are the 4 trees so sacred and stuff? Like, and stuff.
Because our people, because of what I've heard, and what I've been told by people,
Elders.
is that and other people too, like my sister, Margaret.
It's me.
And
Me. Just kidding.
I've heard them tell me that. I mean, I don't know the whole thing about it or whatever, but alls I remember, or I know that our native people used to I don't know, man. I just heard that. I don't even know, man. I just know that our ancestors are buried there, and I believe that they're still there and everything, and that our native people did bury them trees for a reason that I do not know, but
People don't bury trees.
I mean,
they plant them.
Yeah. They plant them. My words are getting mixed up. Okay, anyways, next question, please.
Okay. The day, I don't know. Okay, bye.
Okay. Hi, I'm here interviewing
Roberta Flyinghorse
and
Frybread.
I'm going to be interviewing Roberta and Frybread about the reroute of Highway 55. Okay, my first question for Frybread is, how do you feel about the reroute?
Well, I don't think it should be. I don't think the highway should go through. The only reason why they want to put the highway there is to save 2.5 minutes worth of people's time to get from the mall to downtown. All they have to do is get in their car 5 minutes earlier and get going.
Thank you. What about you, Roberta?
I don't think the highway should be made because it's just another way to the mall, and the mall is boring.
Okay. All right. My second question is, how do you feel about the 4 sacred trees that are down at the campsite down there or whatever?
Oh man, that's a hard one. Just kidding. Anyway,
You sound
yeah.
like Uncle Jamie.
I can hear you guys. Okay, come on.
Okay, where are we going? Just kidding.
All right, wait. Okay, my second question is, how do you feel about the 4 sacred trees that are down there at your guys' campsite?
The 4 sacred trees that are down there were planted way back in the day.
Do you know, or have you been told about around what year? Or what?
No, I heard the 4 sacred oaks are around 100 to 150 years old, maybe older.
Okay, so how do you feel about the 4 sacred trees?
Well, them 4 sacred trees were planted in the 4 directions of the circle, and there's the 4 colors: red, yellow, white, and black, and they represent 4 colors of man. Okay. Anyway, the very, very, very first time I went to the trees, the chairman, I think he is, of the Mdewakanton Dakota community, he went down there and he was telling this story about what's that guy's name? Little Crow. And that was his cousin, and they said back he was telling us that he was telling us that Little Crow, the white people, the Wasichus, the Chimuks, the cavalry, or whatever you want to call them, guys, just white people. Anyway, no offense, but they slaughtered him. They cut off his arms, they cut off his legs, and off went his head. And that's when Jim Anderson started crying. And when he was telling me that story, I kind of had tears come down my eyes too, because it's sad. the sad story, and I gave him a hug and everything, and then we prayed down at the trees.
So is it like a ceremonial site and a praying site or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you have anything to say about it?
No.
Okay. Okay, how do you feel about MnDOT?
MnDOT. Okay. I got a lot of words, but I'll cut it short. They need to burn in hell.
They need to burn in hell for the rest of their life.
Hope they remember what they did to our people. And we'll come back at them too. We'll pray for them.
Okay.
Pray very hard.
Okay, do you believe that you and the other people involved with the stuff, the reroute, will actually have any, like, do you guys think that the reroute will be stopped?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, how and what do you believe will stop the reroute?
Praying at the trees, some things that Jim Anderson received from other people that have been down there, and some things that have been found that were done at them 4 Oaks, like what do you call them? A stone arrowhead. Is that what you call them things? It looks like arrow.
Arrowheads.
But yeah, stone axe that he got from.
Tomahawk?
No,
I'm
it's
just
just a
kidding.
stone. She's like tomahawk. The stone axe that he got from I forgot where he got it from, but he went and picked it up, and it's very, very old. And then I guess they found that down at the trees and stuff, and that's one of the things that'll help that case. And so, yeah.
You have anything to say? All right. At the beginning, when you were told about the highway reroute of 55 or whatever, how were you able to cope with what you were, like, with the reroute?
I don't know, the way I would really deal with it is, I don't know, just be there for them, and if they need anything, I'd, bring it to them, everything, like, they need, like, blankets and towels and stuff, I'd, like, I don't know, just help them out, pray, and stuff,
Okay. Okay, and how long do you think that this war between our people's land and the reroute will end?
Never.
What?
Never. It's not
What'd you
gonna
say?
end.
Oh, this fight
It's
is far from over.
Very far.
Very. We will be there till the end.
We will win.
Okay. Oh, another question that I didn't put in before was, why do you think, or why do you believe that the Coldwater Springs is sacred to our people?
Well, okay, I know that one. Me. Just kidding. Okay, well, long time ago, that Coldwater Spring, it's a medicine. It's called medicine water. I don't know how to say it in the language, But long time ago, the white men were, they used to, like, be down at the river and stuff, and they used to drink the river water, and they got, like, real sick, I guess. That's from what I heard. And I guess the Indians invited them up. The Native Americans had invited them up. Invited them up. I was stuttery. Okay, invited them up to drink some of that water. When they drink that water, it's medicine water, so their sickness went away.
Okay. And can you tell me a little bit more about the 2 raids that occurred at Camp 2 Pines?
Oh, dude, man, I was hit, and I was like,
okay, tell me about the first one first.
Okay, the first one was when they me and my sisters and my cousins was all down at this retrieval thing. Retrieval camp. Is that what it was? Yeah. And and then we knew that the raid is gonna go on, so that's why we left that retrieval at about 12 o'clock. We got down to that St. Paul in front of the, what do you call that place? Capitol?
The state capitol.
Yeah, the state capitol. I said the city capitol. The state capitol, and they were protesting against this thing. And then when I went and talked to Susan Jasper, she's a Green Party person. I don't know what it is, but I talked to her, and I talked to a few other people too when I was there, and they said like the camp was being raided and stuff. And so after that was all over, we had our teacher John Gwynn take us out to the camp, and so we went down there, and the roads were all blocked off, so we parked a block away, and we just ran in. And all the cops were doing was disconnecting the utility lines. And, it's so sad. I'm just kidding. Started crying. Okay. And I gotta be serious. And, when we got there, there's about 12 police cars in a square circle around the heavy machinery and stuff, and there's a few people there was about 6 people that were arrested. They were dragged by their neck and everything like that, and beat up by the cops. Or getting hit with the billy clubs, and I think there was around maybe, I don't know how many cops are there, but there's about 60 squads. But there was a lot of cops, and another big old city bus full of cops came, and there was this resident there that she heard that it was going on in her neighborhood, and she came down to see what was going on, and the cops, she just came to see what was going on. She walked in, and they just arrested her. They stood because she has something wrong with her arms, and they was bending her arms, and they was hurting her, and then they threw her in the back of the paddy wagon like that, and then her handcuffs that they had on them, they're little plastic things that you have in your wrist, and if they put them too tight, it'll cut your wrist. And they came loose, and they opened up the paddy wagon, and she showed them her hands and was trying to tell them that the handcuffs came loose, and so she wouldn't get in trouble. But then they didn't believe her, so they threw her out of the paddy wagon, threw her to the ground. And they put their knee on the top of her head, and they smashed her head into the ground. And I forget her name, Deborah something. Okay, and then we was all standing around the drum like that, like you really know. I'm just kidding, but anyway, we was all standing around the drum singing with the drum group, and this cop tried to come behind me and try to grab me, and my cousin Zach was ahead of me, and that's who I was singing behind. And so I grabbed onto Zach. I was holding him real tight because that cop was trying to drag me back and take me, but I was holding on to Zach, and Zach looked back at me, and I told him that cop was trying to grab me, and he just told me to hang on. So I did, and the cop left me alone, and we got by this police car, and we started drumming again, or we was drumming the whole time, but and then the paddy wagon started backing up into everybody, and everybody was getting squished back into the cop car. And my cousin Awan, her leg, she was getting pushed up against the cop car, and her leg flew on the cop car, and this cop, I forgot, his badge number was 6060. Yeah, it was 6060. His badge number was, and that cop. Just kidding. And that cop took his baton, or his billy club, or whatever you want to call it. He took it and hit her in the leg really hard, and he said, "Get the off the cop car." He said, "Get the F off the cop car." I don't want to swear, you know what I'm saying. And he said, and then they started pushing everybody around, and the cop took me, and he threw me to the ground, and I hit my head on the cop car, and he's pushing everybody around, and And then my Uncle Jay got really mad because he seen that cop hitting everybody. And that cop tried taking my uncle's drumstick away from him, but he didn't get it. My Uncle Jay's too strong. Just kidding. And this elderly lady, her name was Lyrica, she was walking up to the front like that, and that cop hit her right across the face.
Here, the haters, the pigs.
See, they're coming after me. Oh my God!
Okay,
and and she got hit across the face with the baton, billy club, whatever you want to call it, the weapon. But we didn't hit back at all because we're a very peaceful, non-violent camp, and we're drug-free. We don't do none of that. Everybody's sober at the camp. Nobody drinks. Nobody smokes weed. The only thing they smoke is tobacco. Do it in a good way. And that's all, folks. Just kidding. Hold on, I'm not done. And hold on, I gotta think of some more.
Okay, but my next question. Oh, you gotta tell me about the second raid. Were you there at the second raid?
No, I wasn't there, but I watched a video of all what happened.
Okay, so just tell me about
I heard
about the cops.
600 troopers came in and beat the shit out of everybody. Okay, this is the biggest. The biggest. What do you call it? No, it's not a raid. The biggest. Yeah, it was a raid. Yeah. The biggest something like that raid in the history of Minnesota. 600 cops came to the camp. It was December 23rd. 3 o'clock in the morning. They came with a bunch of paddy wagons. They came around a corner 50 miles per hour was what I heard. Okay, that's what my cousin Zach said, and the van was still moving, and all these police started jumping out of the vans. And my cousin Zach and my uncle were playing around the drum, and they didn't get warned or anything. The cops didn't tell them to get out of there. They didn't warn them. All they did was just grab them, threw them to the ground, arrested them, and put their foot right through our sacred drum. They tore down, and they tore down the sacred sweat lodge. They went right over that. They put out our sacred fire. They tore down all the teepees, all the houses, all the tents, everything that was there. And this guy, he's an elder. His name is Mike Haney, and he was sitting in the Kratz's home, Carol and Al Kratz. He was sitting in their home using the phone, and the cop came, and he had that rifle up against his chest, and Mike Haney, I guess he backed up, and they had that laser right on his chest, and right then and there he said he thought he was gonna die because they thought he was gonna shoot him. The lucky thing they didn't. And let's see, people were in lockdown. All the cops were shooting tear gas, and they would open up their eyes and rub mace and tear gas in their eyes. And this girl, she was sitting on top of the tripod. Cop looked up at her and said, "Are you ready to die?" You know, no, I don't know. The cops don't care. And there was shooting tear gas right, and they would maybe put it about a foot away from their face, and then just shoot it right in their face. I know there's about 8 people that they did that to, and they maced many, many more people. But 33 people were arrested that night, and that just ruined Christmas for everybody there.
So, how do you feel about them raiding Camp Two Pines, and don't you think that they had more important jobs to do, like catching somebody robbing a store or a house, or somebody shooting?
Yeah, as many police that were there, I could have been robbing a bank, and no police gonna be around. I could have robbed a bank. I would too. It's fine, I wouldn't. Just kidding, dog.
So altogether, how do you feel about this?
I think it's just stupid what MnDOT does to our people. Our people, we suffered enough from many years ago. We didn't have no cars. All we had to do was ride on horses. In the wintertime, all they had was moccasins. They have to walk around in wet moccasins, be cold, and they live in teepees. They didn't have houses back then with nice heat in it. They didn't have nice shoes, nice clothes. They just wore buckskin.
But don't you think that was?
Yes.
Don't you think that's the best kind of clothing that there is, though?
Yes, there is, but the white men have killed too many Native people, and they're still trying it. But we're not going anywhere.
Okay. Okay, I want to thank you for letting me interview you, and all my wishes and hopes go out to the to stop the reroute of Highway 55.
And
Thank you.
no, okay, don't stop it though. No, stop it.
Okay.
And I want to say something to Governor Arne Carlson. If you are watching this, you can suck a big fat one because I don't really care. You gave us the award for Phillips Community Television, but I'm going to burn that because I don't really need that no more because you suck. You just suck, Major Diener. And to you, Jesse Ventura, I don't even like you as a governor. You think you're so tough. Think you can beat up everybody. Yeah, right. People say white man always wins. But this time us natives are going to win. Come over. Boom! Nigga! Just kidding.
Okay, my turn to be interviewed.
Okay. Tonight, I am here with,
Belinda.
and I'm going to be interviewing her about the rerouting of Highway 55. Okay, how do you feel about the reroute situation?